These days, majority of the e-commerce stores are facing a lot of competitions due to the easier market entry barriers. But fierce competitions shouldn't stop hustlers. And that's exactly what we have seen with Wen from Wen. Wen is an e-commerce store selling premium wallets, card holder, and accessories. This is a very competitive market with competitions from cheap Chinese products through marketplaces and expensive top brands as well. Today, we'll learn how Wen has designed Wen brand to target the in-between space of cheap and expensive market to grow fast. Hey Wen, thanks for joining the e-commerce growth podcast. Have been hearing about Wen for some time and happy to have you in our podcast.
Thank you very much for having me, Hugo. I'm excited to have a chat about all things e-commerce, for sure.
So tell us a little bit about Wen, how you started this company in Philippines.
For sure, yeah. So Wen essentially launched as a kind of a side passion project in late 2019. So I just kind of delved into the e-commerce space, and I had other businesses at the time, but then when COVID happened in early 2020, my other businesses kind of ceased operations. So I had this kind of side project that I was working on for a couple of months and decided let's go all in on that for a couple of months while I guess the world figures itself out with COVID. And so what I had done some research on similar brands and similar products and challenges I guess I faced here personally with terms of how I carry my cash around every day with me. You know, carrying a big wallet. I like to have a minimalist lifestyle. I tend not to carry cash very much. So I identified an opportunity here in the Philippines where it's still very much a cash society, but I felt that with the growing middle class and people moving towards apps like Gcash we have here, using their credit cards, I felt there was an opportunity to move away kind of from the traditional style and use inspiration from some brands that I had seen in like the likes of America and Europe, and kind of bring those products here to the Philippines.
Makes sense. I do carry, I think, 10 cards in my pocket as well. I can relate to the pain. So back in 2019, just before the start of COVID, right?
Correct, yes.
So when you started the business back in 2019 and when the COVID hit, whatever changes you faced?
Essentially, when I ran that kind of a pilot in 2019, so leading into the Christmas period, I knew nothing about Facebook ads. I self-taught myself Facebook and made some okay number of sales for a first-time project. And I guess when the shift happened in early 2020, it was really just about figuring out how Facebook works, what customers need in terms of how we educate them about the product, because it was different to your traditional bifold wallet that people were used to here. So the challenge we had was showcasing what the product can do, how it can be beneficial to our target market. So we tried to, I guess, market in terms of minimalist, but also stylish. So we use it for kind of the young professional, people in their early 20s to mid 30s, maybe like to dress well, they live in the city. So we tried to start building our brand around that type of customer avatar, and that's kind of where then we kind of found our space here in terms of our niche or who we're looking after.
In terms of building your customer base and ideal customer profile and also reaching out to them the first time, what are the things that you do at the very beginning to reach out these people, like your ideal customer profile? Did you only focus on Facebook or any other tactics as well?
Yeah, it was purely Facebook. So just like I said, learning Facebook ads, figuring out what works, doing a lot of testing, but we did have an idea of who our market was. So like I said, it was young males, but we do have a lot of females who like our products as well because they come in different colors. So we've kind of seen that we can now target to some part of the female population as well. But initially it was purely Facebook marketing. And as time went on, then we started to work with maybe influencers on a very small scale. It's difficult to, I guess, understand the ROI with working with influencers. So we've only really tested that on a very small scale. But now we're starting to use that as a core part of our marketing strategy at the moment, because Facebook advertising is becoming a lot more expensive. So we're really trying to diversify and get content on TikTok, on Reels. Those type of content seems to work well.
So in terms of content in TikToks or let's say Reels, how are you actually analyzing the performances, and where are you getting the ROIs as well?
Yeah, so when I say we work with TikTok, so we at the moment it's kind of a one-man show. I'm working on the business. I do have help with Facebook ads now, and I have a virtual assistant on the admin side. So I tend to create some content for our own TikTok. I do need to create more, I must admit. But what we do is we work with creators. So we reach out to a bunch of creators. Some will say they're happy to work with us and collaborate, and then we will use their audience to drive traffic to our website. And from there, then we'll get them onto our email, or we'll retarget them with Facebook and Google Ads. And what we can then use from those good performing TikToks is we can then use those creatives within our own Facebook ads as well. So if a TikTok is performing well, we feel, let's put some Facebook budget behind it and try and reach more people. And I guess in terms of understanding the ROI, again, it can be difficult to really pinpoint where it is, but depending on how things are performing, we will come up with a partnership with influencers. For example, they will get a kind of affiliate commission, and we'll give them a certain discount code, so we can track then how each affiliate is performing within our dashboard.
Yeah, that makes sense. In terms of your whole operation, so you are making your product, building your brand. So what are the challenges you're facing right now in terms of your operation part?
I guess there's kind of a couple of things really. So we're really trying to take it from 0 to 1 is one thing, right? So kind of validating the product and the brand. That's what we've done, and we've grown steadily over the last basically 2 years. But it's really trying to take it to the next level. So, for example, having a steady stream of content for testing on Facebook. We're only starting to work with, like I said, influencers to give us lots of content. Because, for example, I'll pack the orders, I'll deal with customer queries to an extent, which leaves me less time then to create content. So bringing in influencers to work on content creation for us. And then the next phase then is obviously outsourcing fulfillment. So right now we've fulfilled all our orders for the last couple of years, but we just had conversations actually today with a local 3PL. So hopefully we'll be signing on with them in September, and they will handle all our fulfillment, which again will free up time then for me then to create more, or work more on the strategy, building the brand, maybe working with more creators. So it's kind of, I guess it's the chicken and the egg, right? We'd love to be able to drive more revenue so we can afford to hire more people, but then we kind of have to hire those people to get us to where we want to be as well. So it's figuring out what needs to come first, but we're getting there slowly.
So we know that you have a Shopify store as well. So what are the other sales mechanisms or sales stores you have? Are you also selling in marketplaces? Do you also have any offline store as well?
No, so at the moment we're purely Shopify, our Shopify website. Again, we do hope to be on the likes of Lazada, Shopee within this year. So with Q4 coming up, we have lots of data from last year, and we really want to capitalize that and get onto these other platforms ahead of these big sales periods that we can forecast seeing, like from end of October right through to the end of December.
In terms of using marketplaces, we have seen people that are not now selling in marketplaces and they want to build their own brand, and they feel like selling in marketplaces sometimes hurt their chance of building their own brand. So what's your opinion from that perspective?
That's something that I have thought about a lot, because sometimes when you go onto these marketplace, you're competing against all these other products as opposed to brands. So your products essentially become a commodity as opposed to, what are the value propositions of your products and of your brand. And that is certainly a hesitation that I do have. But it's something that I do want to test, because we do see a percentage of customers who will come in and they will ask, are you on Shopee? Do you have a link for Shopee? People, what I find in the local market, there's still maybe a trust issue with independent websites. And a lot of people will still hold a lot more trust and value with the fact that, we can buy it on Shopee. It can be shipped and delivered within a lot faster time. So again, trying to figure out if it's the right place for us, but it's something that we will test hopefully by Q4.
Got it. And in terms of your growth, what are the areas that you are sort of betting on? Like, let's say, if you think about future down the road, maybe 2 or 3 years down the road, what are the areas you will be investing more in terms of maybe marketing or strategical positioning as well?
Yeah. So if you're to look in my store, you can see we sell wallets essentially, and we do have a couple of complementary products. But the challenge is generating lifetime value and repeat purchases, which is a big challenge. And obviously, with the increasing costs of acquiring customers, it's going to make our life more difficult the longer we go into the journey with this brand. So it's really about moving into other products. So again, everyday carry products like backpacks. You've got sling bags that a lot of young men will wear nowadays. So we'd like to go into that sort of those type of lines of products, so that they can complement what people are carrying every day. Operationally, I would say, again, hopefully once we bring in this partner to fulfill our products first, it will take a lot of weight off my shoulders for sure. So then the focus will be on how do we build, how do we become, I guess, the number one local brand is where I want to see us become in terms of selling the type of products we do. So we're selling mid-premium everyday carry products. So it's wallets, and then like I said, it can be backpacks, sling bags, travel bags, those type of things is where I want to see us going. But then again, moving into those types of products, they're larger products, so different types of investment will be needed. A part of the strategy I used, I guess, when I started out was, how can I create a brand that I can keep costs as low as possible? So obviously selling wallets, they have a very small footprint. You can import them very cheap. You can store them cheap. So that has certainly been an advantage in terms of being able to run the brand profitably over the last couple of years. But if we were to go into bigger products, you need, like I said, there's more weight in the shipping, there's more storage space. So that again, it's an area that I'm not sure how it will look for us, but that's where I would hope to see us going over the next maybe 12, 18 months.
Okay, makes sense. But products like wallet or similar sort of products, these are pretty much available products in the market. Like, even if you think about the local market, there are lots of people who are selling these sort of things. And then there is China as well, who are almost selling all these kind of things to any country. And then there is the big brands as well, bigger brands who have very good brand value and selling the same thing. So in terms of all these cheap products, local products, and also in between the big brands who are selling the things, how you are actually finalizing your narrative or the USPs for your product?
Yeah, so that's a really big challenge, because like I said, people like to purchase on Shopee, where there's unbranded products everywhere and you can buy them cheaper than our product. Whereas you can buy our product cheaper than the bigger brands. Now, what the bigger brands is, they have trust, they have the brand loyalty, the brand name. So we are in that funny space in between. So what we want to do is we see ourselves, we're not the premium product that are selling for, maybe $100. We're not the cheap product that's selling for 15, 20. And how we win out then is in our branding, kind of who we're for. So we're for young professional who's stylish, but then we try to win out then on customer service. So again, the competition, we will have similar customer care and warranty periods as the premium brands, as opposed to the cheaper brands who will ship you the product, and if you have an issue with it, they won't give you a warranty. Whereas we will give you that warranty even though we're not as costly as the big brands.
Okay, I think that's a great strategy.
Yeah, I think that helps with building trust with customers. We have very few instances of customers who have problems with their products, but when they do, no questions asked, we will ship them out another product. And we've seen that when that happens, some customers have actually come back again because we've kind of built that trust with them already.
Yeah, makes sense. But from your perspective, like the products you are selling, people don't need to buy, let's say, a wallet each day. They might need, after maybe, even for my case, I don't buy wallets each year as well. I think I am using the same wallet for the last 2 to 3 years. So this is a product when even if I'm satisfied with you, I'm not going to buy it regularly. So you have low repeat customers. And as you also said, the customer acquisition cost is higher. So how you are thinking or how you're actually doing the balance between those things, increasing or repeating customers and also lowering the customer acquisition cost?
Yeah. So I guess the first step is lowering acquisition costs is the first thing that we try to do. So that's why we're trying to do a lot more organic, working with a lot of these creators and influencers so that we're, I guess, diversifying our marketing. We've gone into Google Ads this year as well, and the return on Google Ads have actually well outperformed Facebook. So we do understand Facebook contributes to who sees the Google Ads, but it's definitely helped in improving our margins. As we've grown as well, we're able to reduce our costs, so our margins are stronger. So again, acquiring that first customer, we can be very profitable on those first customers. But we also do realize that we have a ceiling on the amount of customers we can reach one time. So that's why then, like I said, we need to look at complementary products. Or what we do is we try to encourage gifting or referring friends and giving discounts. So that also helps with acquiring new customers cheaper and trying to get a repeat purchase rate. Ideally, we want to have a higher repeat purchase rate than we have right now. So it's trying to really look at reducing our cost per acquisition, increasing our repeat purchase rate, and hopefully then bringing in new types of complementary products as well.
Yeah, that completely makes sense, man. I think that would be all. I guess we have very good insights about your business as well and the strategies as well. I'm sure it will help companies and entrepreneurs like you who are trying to do everything by almost himself. You have a very lean team that I can understand. And yeah, I also think that at your stage, having partners like maybe 3PL partners and other partners make a lot of sense so that you can focus on the real part, the increasing of the sales part as well. So I think you guys are in a very good track. So best of luck for you guys.
Thank you very much, Shuvo. Appreciate it. Appreciate the time to chat with you as well.
Thank you, Wayne. Have a good day. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.